What has it been like for your perspective watching the Dagestanis ascend from Khabib? The record is relatively dominant.
I love it.
On the MMA scene.
They work hard. And I think
when did they come to your gym the first time? Like what year?
Khabib came in like 2013 for the first time. But he came by himself. Came to AK by himself. It would be him, Islam Makhachev, and Islam Makhachev. Those guys would come, and you just saw right away they were special. They are seeing the fruits of their labor. Hey, Aljo, they have no choice still. They have to make it. And when they do, they make a completely different life for everyone they love.
Daniel Cormier just revealed some shocking details from Islam Makhachev's camp, and the former double champ couldn't believe what he was seeing. When he looked at the betting odds, he was surprised to find Makhachev as a heavy favorite. In his mind, the fight wasn't nearly as one-sided as the numbers suggested. After all, Maddalena had just dismantled Belal Muhammad, a performance that proved he belonged among the welterweight elite. That 5-round showcase revealed a fighter who was calm, technical, and dangerous in every position.
And he can box.
So how do you see that fight with him and Islam? Does he have the ability to beat a guy like Islam?
He'll get takedown attempts coming at him very early. This time. The last fight, he didn't have to deal with that when he was fresh. If Islam can start to pressure him early and take him down early, or even just make him wrestle, he might struggle. I don't know that he's ever felt anything like he's gonna feel, because it's not gonna be double legs and single legs with Islam. It's gonna be him playing with his feet, tripping him, moving around on the octagon side, doing things that he don't recognize as freely.
But you didn't answer the question.
The problem is, like, I can only give you that because I can't truly make a prediction. The job doesn't allow.
Cormier had his reasons for being skeptical. He had seen Islam up close during his welterweight preparations and noticed he had put on significant size. Still, Cormier believed that size alone wouldn't be enough to get through a fighter as complete as Maddalena. Jack wasn't just another striker, he was tough, strong, and equipped with the kind of takedown defense that could make life a nightmare for even the best grapplers.
Islam's choke must be otherworldly. I talked to DC about it, and I said, hey man, I go, his fucking squeeze must, he goes, oh, dope.
I never felt someone control me in that way. Nobody's ever done this to me.
I had him demonstrate a choke on me, and I thought it was gonna be fun. They're like, show me how you do that, show me how you do it. He goes, dude, when he grabbed a hold of me, I was like, oh, this guy's gonna choke me.
There's been moments where we're in practice, and I'm going with Khabib or Islam, and I'm the big guy. So generally, a smaller guy gets on top of you. When you decide it's over, you just throw him off you. I'm grappling with Islam once, and I try to throw him off.
Ian Machado Gary was one of the first to weigh in, and he saw things from a different angle. He leaned toward Maddalena for one key reason: natural size. Jack was built for 170 pounds, while Islam had spent his entire career cutting to 155. To Gary, that difference could be huge once they stepped into the cage. He felt the Aussie's power and ability to land clean shots could be the difference maker, especially if he managed to keep the fight standing.
Jack Della Maddalena is a great fight. Della Maddalena surprised me in this fight with Belal Muhammad. Like, he just showed that he's much better than people gave him credit for. He's so well-rounded, so skilled. Makhachev, though, bigger, will have an ability to not be cutting all the weight. He'll be more full. He'll be more, like, fresh. I'm interested. I think that it'll come down to the wrestling of Islam versus Jack's takedown defense, and how stingy is he going to be able to be with Islam? Because when Islam can take guys down early, they really struggle. The only time a fight even looks competitive is when they can defend takedowns and he spends large amounts of time on his feet, which he does really well too.
Despite coming off a loss, Jeff Neal still backed Maddalena, pointing to his steady improvement and the evolution of his defensive wrestling. The way he handled Belal Muhammad's grappling heavy approach gave Neal confidence that he could hold his own against Makhachev. He didn't see it as an easy fight, but he believed that with the right approach, Maddalena could push Islam into deep waters.
Who do you think wins, Jack or Islam?
It's such a tough one to talk about. Islam is phenomenal. He's good everywhere. Size matters. When you're talking about an extra 15 pounds, and you look at the size of Volkanovski versus Jack Della Maddalena, there's a big size discrepancy, and Ho gave you a good fight. And then Dustin Poirier, it wasn't absolutely completely dominant by his chance. It was a tough fight. Size is going to play a huge part, even on the ground. She, like Jack, could get done with just contained boxing and good take on defense. But I can absolutely see Islam coming in and doing what Islam does. He got out there and just looks like the phenomenal mixed martial artist he is.
The main event is also in your weight class, JDM and Islam. Who do you think is going to win that?
I think the favorite is Islam, but Jackie show like he grew up a lot as a fighter. Since he stopped fight now, he was a long time without fight, almost 2 years, and he got really good skills to fight Belal Muhammad, defense takedowns. So I think he's gonna win.
You think Jack is going to win?
Yeah,
Wow. Do you think he wins a decision, or do you think he stops him?
I think decision is really hard fight.
You think Islam stays at 170 or he goes back?
If he lose, I don't know. It depends how he feels during the fights. How close is gonna be the fight, you know?
Max Holloway looked at it from a mental perspective, highlighting Maddalena's underrated fight IQ. Jack's ability to read opponents and make quick adjustments mid-fight made him especially dangerous. To Max, this matchup was a fascinating chess match, with both fighters possessing a high level of adaptability.
How do you think Islam versus JDM goes down?
Honestly, I think Islam will probably take it down. Like, Islam's wrestling really good. Like, even with me, I like really commit to it. I took it down. Their team's so good at like hacking in a game plan and sticking to it.
You said that you kind of abandoned the game plan a little. You think if you got a rematch, you would change the game plan a bit?
No, I mean, honestly, I think I won three rounds, but you have to go out there and make it more clear. When you get into the cage and you're fighting, right, you get into that, like, all right, I feel like striking. Let's keep going. I was doing well with it. Let's keep going. If your coach is trying to get you to focus on the game plan again, it's like, man, I'm doing well with it. You're thinking you're doing better than you are. Every fight, you gain something from it, right? This fight, I gained something.
I've seen Islam, bro. He's a big guy. He's sucking out a lot of weight to get to 55. I think he might start doing better at 70. Problem is though, Jack is special. We're gonna see just how special he is if he beats Islam Jack, #1 pound for. Wow, that's impressive. You know, I'm leaning towards Islam, brother.
Oh, really?
You know, but I really think it's gonna be a tough fight for him, but a great fight, man.
Jack was able to defend takedown attempts by Belal.
Belal has the best cardio in MMA, but Belal doesn't have Islam's technique. Not same technique, not same. Very good, very aggressive. Belal never stops a dog. Attack. But Islam is like smart, man. Boom. You know, Islam's level of wrestling is above. His stand-up game is improving. I don't think he could go stand-up in the beginning with Jack. Jack has way better hands, way better range, faster, stronger. But as the rounds go on later and later, he could do.
Islam is working very hard. He's being vocal that he wants to go up to 170. I think he's a big boy. He killed himself to make 55. I think that's the right division for Islam. He just tweeted something after the fight that he'll not vacate the title, and then he vacated the title. I don't know, but probably that was in the negotiation. Yeah, I like him moving up. I've proven himself. He's #1 pound for pound right now. It's a good fight. Jack and Islam closer than people think, especially with Jack Della Maddalena doing a lot of training with Volk, with Craig Jones, those guys that kind of back the Islam on that first Volk fight. I think they're gonna have a lot of info, a lot of study, a lot of answers. It's closer than people think, this fight. I really like this fight. I don't have time right now. I didn't have time to dig deep a little too much in that fight, but I think it's way closer than people think. And JDM has a clear shot on beating.
Jorge Masvidal came in with a more cautionary take, believing Islam could be walking straight into a trap. At 155, Islam had been the bigger, stronger man, but that advantage would vanish in a division filled with larger athletes who could hit harder and absorb more damage. Gilbert Burns, who knows all too well what it's like to move between weight classes, had a more balanced view. He acknowledged that Islam might actually benefit from fighting at welterweight, but also emphasized how dangerous Maddalena's camp was, with coaches like Craig Jones and Alexander Volkanovski guiding him.
Yeah, who do you think wins that fight between Islam and Jack Della Maddalena?
Well, first off, I gotta say, if I was Shavkat Rakhmonov or Ian Gary or somebody that is right there who's really worked hard to get there, I'd be pretty pissed. Because, you know, this guy, JDM, just got the title, and then he's giving somebody else a shot at what I've earned the right to have, you know, which is the title shot. Like, give JDM a shot at, you know, give him one or two more guys. If he beats them, then give him somebody outside the division. But I would be kind of pissed. I would be kind of upset that they're giving this guy immediately somebody from 155 division. Now, I think it's a very tough fight for Islam Makhachev. Bigger guy. Somebody who won the title from somebody with a similar style in Belal Muhammad. I do believe Islam Makhachev striking is a lot better than Belal Muhammad's, but their pressure, their cardio, their wrestling background, fairly similar. Obviously, I think one would be better than the other, but he's faced somebody a lot exactly like him. So I think it would be a tough fight for Islam for sure.
How do you think the fight against Islam goes? I think it's a super difficult fight. Obviously, he's faced Volk twice, so the first one very competitive, and now it's facing a guy that's scrambling ability, period, in all of MMA. I think that's what Belal struggled with. So I think the size difference is going to be quite a lot than people think. And we've seen how Volk did on the ground, how much Islam struggled with him. Jack beats Islam, puts Islam in a typical position. Does he now go back down to fight Ilya after he loses?
Stephen Thompson looked at the matchup from a timing standpoint, respecting Maddalena's skill, but warning that things might be moving too fast for him. Jumping into a title defense this early could backfire, especially with other top contenders waiting for their shots. Craig Jones, the grappling wizard who had previously worked with Volkanovski to prepare for Islam, is now in Maddalena's corner, and his inside knowledge of Makhachev's tendencies could play a major role.
Islam relinquish his belt and go up to 170. Got JDM taking on Islam Makhachev. I still think Islam's skill for skill is just so high level. For him to go out there and do what he did against Belal was very impressive, made that Islam fight more interesting. If JDM can shut him down and throw those hands, but Islam's boxing is underrated. That dude, I agree, slick. His kickboxing, his timing, like he's a high level black belt in every aspect of MMA. We'll give him. Jack versus Islam, I think, is huge. Not as big as Ilya versus Islam, but who knows? Maybe they both win and Islam comes back down to 55 and the fight's even bigger.
Yeah, it's so hard because you never know when people are changing weight classes. But in lightweight, you know, Islam looks like unbeatable. It's just like maybe the pound for pound best. It's just looks so insanely good. But can he do it in a weight class above? I'm not sure. Really, really hard to predict a fight like that. I think I still have to say Islam.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think so. Yeah, we need to see a few more fights with Jack. He looked amazing against Belal, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's something about Islam is just so good.
Sean O'Malley saw this fight as a gateway to massive future opportunities, like Islam potentially facing Ilya Topuria. Colby Covington leaned slightly toward Makhachev, mainly because of how complete his game was, seamlessly blending striking with grappling. And Charles Oliveira, who has felt Islam's suffocating top control firsthand, knew how difficult it was to escape once he got on top.
Islam versus JDM, what do you make of that? Islam moving up to now welterweight?
Yeah, it's an interesting fight. I'm excited to see how it goes. You know, Islam, you know, is a lightweight. He's going to be a little smaller in the fight, but he's a well-rounded fighter. So, you know, if he's able to take down JDM and control him, you know, he could definitely get the job done. But it's going to be interesting to see how the size advantage plays a difference in the fight.
Who do you favor?
I mean, I seen the odds were pretty big. They favored Makhachev like 3-1. So I guess I got to go with the odds if they're going 3-1. But just because JDM doesn't have good takedown defense, but you never know. It's a fight, and JDM has some good hands, so it should be an exciting fight for the fans.
O que você acha que ganha entre o Jack Della Maddalena e o Islam?
Maddalena, ele é um jogo muito complicado, porque ele é um cara que ele não vem pra te nocautear rápido, ele vem pra te fazer, ele vem te mamando aos poucos. Foi o que ele fez agora na luta contra o Belal. Só que eu acho que o Islam vai se dar muito bem nessa categoria, né, mano? Agora vai estar muito mais forte, usou um fim, tipo, igual de agarrar e botar pra baixo. Eu acho que o Jack Maddalena fazer a mesma luta que ele fez, né, agora contra o Belal, batendo, movimentando, saindo, machucando, é uma luta, mas se deixar o Islam agarrar e botar pra baixo, é outra.
When all these perspectives are laid out, one thing becomes clear. This isn't a simple matchup. It's a clash between a former lightweight king stepping into new territory and a hungry welterweight who has rapidly climbed the ranks. While the odds might tell one story, the fighters and analysts see a much more balanced battle brewing. And as the night draws near, fans can only wait to see which of those strengths truly defines the next chapter of UFC dominance.